Hi, I'm Jess. Welcome to my channel. Here at Honey Creek Homes, we love transformation. Transforming homes, transforming spaces, and today we're going to transform thrift shop finds. So come along with me and see what we can do with what we found.
So these are the items that we got to flip. They're just small items and they could be used as is, but I think it would be fun to give them new life and maybe even a new purpose. These glasses here, I got a set of 6. I thought it would be fun to try to pour candles. I've never done that before, but it's always fun learning new things. I thought this little caddy would make a great herb garden. And I don't have a plan for all of them, so we'll just have to see.
Here I'm removing the sticker from this small tin canister. I got it at Goodwill. I think I paid around $3 for it. I'm using Goo Gone to remove the sticker from the tin can. And here's some paint. I found it on the clearance rack at the craft store. I thought it was chalk paint, but it was more like an enamel, but it worked. I put a couple coats on it. It didn't seem to want to have full coverage right away, so I blow dried it in between coats. I removed the knob and painted that. To avoid getting it on my fingers, I actually ended up putting the knob on top of a paintbrush, and that seemed to work well. It took about 3 coats, and again I used the blow dryer in between to dry the paint. Here I'm adding on a rub-on transfer. It's a cute image of a bee surrounded by some flowers. They're kind of nice. You just stick them on and then you rub them with the little scraper that's attached. Here you can see when I pulled the sticker off, it pulled some of the paint off. So I decided just to make it even more distressed with the sanding block. I peeled a little bit more paint off in some areas and sanded some more spots so that it looks like it was meant to do that. Now we're going to move on to candle making. To be completely honest, this is the very first time I've ever tried it, but I saw these glasses at the thrift shop and I had to have them, but I wasn't quite sure what I could do to transform them, and I thought about pouring candles. Here I'm cutting wooden wicks. I used a wax to kind of make the wicks stick to the bottom of the containers. I wasn't even sure exactly how many candles I was going to be able to get with 2 pounds of wax. I probably should have done a little bit more homework, but with 2 pounds of wax I ended up getting about 3. Here I'm melting down the wax. And after it's all melted, you use a thermometer to get it up to a certain temperature before adding the fragrance. And then you stir, stir, stir. Usually 1.5 to 2 minutes is what's suggested. And then you have to let the wax cool. I let mine cool to about 140 before I poured it into the containers. And what I think I've learned from this experiment that I was doing is that I maybe should have heated up the glasses in the oven at a low temperature before pouring the wax in. I don't know, is that a thing? But when the wax cooled after being poured into the cool jars, it seemed to pull away a little bit from the glass. I did use a heat gun at the end to try to get some of the air bubbles out and everything.
Okay, so here's the rest of the smalls that we have to work on. And Jerry went to the hardware store because I'm out of stain, and I want to stain these little beads to add legs to this basket. First thing we're going to do is spray paint our items. This tray, I don't know if you could see it when it was inside, but it has a crack here. So he's going to teach me how to fix cracks in the tray. First thing we're going to do is cut off the tags. I'm going to remove this handle because we're going to repurpose it into something else. This has like a twine string on it that I want to reuse, so I'm just gonna cut it off. I'm not even sure what it's there for. And I'll just put that aside for now. And these glass jars we're not going to paint, so I'm going to put them aside. This caddy we're going to paint black. These two items we're going to paint white. This is one flying. We can touch it up then once it dries a bit, but I don't want to put too much paint on it and then it runs. So just get those out of the way, and we're going to use the black paint for this little caddy. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. I'm not standing directly in the sun, so I hope the shade's not making the lighting weird. I actually really do like this blue color. I don't know if you can tell that it's like a baby blue color, but there's lots of scratches on it, and of course I don't know what color that is just to touch it up or anything. So, and I think black's going to work for what idea I have. So this is the tray that we need to repair. Jerry is going to help me with that. I thought maybe we could put glue in this crack and then somehow clamp it. But he feels like doing that's just going to put pressure on the wood and make it split open wider over time. So he has something up his sleeve. But for now, let's clean it off. I use Cred Cutter. It's a degreaser and cleaner. And if it didn't have this crack in it, I would love to just keep it the wood color. I really like the wood color. But I think once we repair the crack, you're going to see the repair. And so we're going to end up just painting this white. And there's Jerry. Thank you. And while he's here, I'm going to have him help me drill a little hole in this wooden piece that I want to attach to the caddy that we're working on. Maybe he should teach me how.
Yeah, push on it, girl.
Okay, I need help. Thank you. I'm going to stain this piece. Thank you.
So while our crafts dry, I thought we would come inside and do a little bit more work for them. I found this very pretty peel and stick wallpaper. It was $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, but I just liked the design. I thought it was really pretty. So I'm going to try to measure it to fit into the printer so that I can print words on it to put in that white basket. There was like a slot for a tag to go in, and I just thought it would be so pretty if the background was on this paper. So we'll see if it works. It is a shiny paper. I'm not sure if the ink will just smear off, but I thought it was worth a try for $1.25. Okay, so there it is. We put it through the printer. I don't quite trust like touching it because I feel like because of the shine on the paper, it might smear. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let it dry. It just says supplies. We are currently staying in an Airbnb for a couple of months, and
I don't have most of my supplies with me. We moved here to Florida from Pennsylvania and left most of our things back at the house until we buy a house here of our own. So I needed a basket to keep some of my supplies that I'm collecting in. So hopefully this will work. Okay, so now I'm ready to cut the tags to put it inside of the little slot here. And the ink actually did smear, so I put a piece of packing tape over top so that way the ink wouldn't smear on this paper. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut it to size and slip it through the slot here. Now we're going to go ahead and glue these little feet on the bottom here.
Next, I'm going to add more rubble and decals onto the tray that Jerry fixed for me. It came out really nice. After I painted it, you can't tell at all where the crack was. I just had to figure out how I wanted to rearrange the rubble and transfers. They actually took a little bit more rubbing than I thought. It surely gave my arm a workout. I will put the link down below so that if you're interested in getting these are a very pretty print. Here's the little black caddy again and the wooden pendant that we stained and put the rubble and transfer to hang from the side. It actually looked really cute on it, but after I took the after picture, I actually preferred it without it, so I did take it off. Here I added fresh herbs. I'm going to sit this caddy on my windowsill so I have fresh herbs here in the kitchen. I got these wooden beads from the Dollar Tree. It was a pack of 20 for $1.25, and I'm attaching them here with the E600 glue. As you can see, the beads kept falling off. So next time I'm going to use hot glue along with the E600 glue so that they stick right away. But we did get it, and they're nice and strong now. Now back to this little white votive candle holder. We took the candle holder out, and here I'm bending the hook back and forth until it breaks off. I thought that it would be so cute to put a little plant underneath it just for a display decor piece. Now we're going to check out the before and afters.
thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Special thanks to my husband Jerry for teaching me all the things I don't know, and to my son Colby for being my technical brain when it comes to filming and editing. Here at Honey Creek Homes, our motto is create, transform, and inspire, and I hope that we inspired you to do just that. Join us next time, see what we get into.